I don't know. I keep having this thought of how do you explain excitement to the world? Is there a single word that actually encompasses like the level of excited I am for this video and how unbelievably excited my channel should be for today's video? So now that we're a little bit more familiar with Jamie and we know who Jamie is, the reason I'm making this video and the reason everybody should be excited right now is a brand new book, and sooner or later I'll figure out how to actually do this and put my face in it. But right now, I don't know. Okay? So the book is called Worthy. And it's actually a really beautiful book. I'm not kidding you. Like, oh, it does. It doesn't do it justice. It really is quite more holographic. I'm looking at it. I should stop playing with the book. A lot more holographic than what is actually able to be picked up on the phone. I'm not lying. It is a very beautiful book. And I really do feel that it's an appropriate fit for my community. And I will get to that at the end, so stay tuned. When that comes up, I'll let you guys know, as sometimes it's really kind of hard to tell. But the book is called Worthy, and it's how to believe you are enough and transform your life. Like, why wouldn't you want to? That's a great way to start 2024. It's almost like a New Year's resolution all in and of itself. And I'm sure I'm going to go back and edit that and wish I'd redone it. That it's a New Year's resolution in and of itself. I might keep that blooper in. Simple steps, life-changing results. And so far, with the little bit that I've done with this book, she's not lying. She's really not lying. And she talks about transformation and being a butterfly and how it is that you kind of like go into this like primordial goop type stuff. And if anyone knows the way that a butterfly transforms, then it makes absolute sense what I'm talking about. But they become sludge, and in order for them to transform into the butterfly, they have to go through this in order to come out the butterfly. And once they emerge, which was completely unbeknownst to me, their wings are wet and they can't fly. And so they have to sit there for a period of time to allow for their wings to dry out and then take flight for the first time. And I literally feel this is a perfect representation of what this book is. Like, I can't explain it any better than the transformation of a butterfly from going into the caterpillar, then the chrysalis, the goo, cracking out of the chrysalis, staying for a moment, and then taking flight. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to describe this book other than that. So I would severely recommend to anybody who is thinking about taking up a New Year's resolution, I would take up a transformation that involves yourself. I mean, there's no better way in this world than to transform yourself in a more positive, beautiful way. So I understand I keep saying this. I do have something so exciting when it comes to this book, and is why it's bookmarked. So. I'm excited, okay? Like, I'm not kidding you guys. I'm so excited to be able to do this. And I reached out to Jamie to find out if I could do this. And theoretically, she told me no. But not because she was trying to be mean, but I had to wait for a specific date. It is the date! It's the date! Like, I'm trying to explain to you guys how excited this little tiny body that I have is right now. I can't put to words how excited I am to be making this video for you guys. And I'm not 100% sure by the end of this video I'm going to have the appropriate words, but I'm sure everyone in the comments are. Towards the back of the book, Jamie wrote this beautiful, beautiful poem. And I'm going to try my best, my absolute all-time best, to read this poem to you guys and not cry. To be able to do it justice like Jamie did. So keep that in mind. You're not crazy. You're just first. Who do you think you are, they say? Things like, that aren't for people like us. Why are you going around changing? Planning to leave us in the dust? Are you forgetting where you come from? Are we not good enough anymore? And just like that, the temptation to play life small feels more comfortable than before. If you're doubting you're enough, your thoughts, your words, your thoughts, their words have got you down, it's time for your soul to tell your mind there's a new boss in town. See, there's no one else quite like you in the entire universe. And what your soul knows is you're not crazy, you're just first. The first to have your hopes and dreams, the first you there's ever been. The first you there's ever been. So don't be surprised if they don't get you. So don't be surprised if they don't get you or try to shame you to fit in. They call you odd, strange, different for having dreams bigger than they can see, because those dreams weren't given to them. They see them through fear and anxiety. And even the well-intentioned people who love to the bone can see you pursuing your dreams as a reminder of them not feeling their own. If people like people who are like them, hiding their true self in a comfort zone, but a calling expressed inside of you leaves you feeling anguished and alone, even inside of your own home. They call you words like crazy and say we stick together for better or for worse. But what your knowing knows is you're not crazy. You're just first. The first to launch the business, to dust your dreams off the shelf, the first to believe you're worthy of being, the first to believe you're worthy of betting on yourself, the first to beat addiction, to live life sober and awake, the first to end the generational cycle that you know you're born to break. The first to start healing, the first to forgive so you will be free, the first to love others for who they are, not for who you wish they'd be. I lied about the sun, it's in my eyes. The first to be a visionary, to dream up the screenplay that you'll write, the first to recognize your gifts and stop hiding in plain sight. The first man in your family to say, I deal with my self-doubt too. And the first mom to say, no, I'm not okay. And I don't know what to do. The first in generations to love your body and celebrate its joyfully to prove it. And celebrate it joyfully to prove it. To know that it's a miracle in motion and what a gift it is to move it. The first to risk rejection, to speak your truth with vigor, knowing the opposition might be big, but your creator is bigger. The first to cheer yourself on and truly believe it, not just fake it, knowing most people won't cheer for you until after you make it. In class, they used to pick you last, and now they're at a loss because instead of calling you employee, they now call you boss. The first to stand up for the outcast and say, stop teasing, I just won't. You might be tempted to underestimate me, but let me save you some time. Don't. The first to say, you broke my heart, you gave up on me for something else, and it took me a while to know I'm worthy of believing in myself. And what I know is, yeah, you hurt me, but I'm not rejected. See, God just hid my value from you because you're not assigned to my destiny. The first to recognize your circle looks a lot more like a cage. The first to say, Dad, will you love me for me? And Grandma, I was born this way. The first to turn your pain into your purpose, using the parts that were most rough to help guide others on their journey, or feeling less alone and more enough. That's almost the purpose of this channel. The first to say, let's agree to disagree. We all have the right to free speech too. Stop trying to cancel and hate on others just because you're hurting too. The first to believe in your dreams, even when others might not get you. Then one day love them anyways, when you're bragging to people how they met you. The first to unlearn the lie you're not enough unless you keep striving and achieving. That's a lie that leads to nowhere and one, it's time to stop believing. The truth is, accomplishments are great, but to know you're worthy, you don't need them. And when we know something is true, I feel like joy and tastes like freedom. You are not your successes. You're not how many times you fail or fall. You are how big you love, and love is free for all. See, when we fear we're not enough and fear even more, we won't be loved. It's so tempting to shrink in size and trade in our purpose for their hugs. When you're feeling like you don't fit in or that you never quit belonging, your uniqueness is your superpower. Your truth is never wrong. And when they criticize to hold you back because your dreams aren't what they're used to, and they're afraid that you'll outgrow them, leave them behind, and that they'll lose you, stop asking for their advice if they've never been there themselves. When you people please for others, you end up betraying yourself. When doubt tempts you to dim your light, always remember this verse. Your soul knows you were made for more. With so much purpose, it could burst. You're born with greatness in you, and whether it's a blessing or a curse, the words won't be better until your greatness is dispersed. See, there is only one of you in the entire universe. And your knowing knows deep down you're not crazy. You're just first. This is only a taste of what it is that this book holds and how magnificent it can actually transform any area of your life, and how in depth Jamie went within this book to elicit transformation within anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, or a child. You can actually start making changes today using that book. And it is the biggest reason, like, I don't even know how much I can emphasize that, why, if you can, you should get this book. And if you can't, there is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing out there called a library. And the last I heard, the books are free. So somehow, some way, all I'm trying to say is get your hands on this book, because I cannot believe in the small amount of time that I've had my hands on this book, that I've been reading this book, how much it's actually touched me. So I should stop saying that. I really believe within this book that it's going to transform a bunch of people and make a lot of changes within this world. But it can only happen at a very slow pace. It's not going to happen at a rapid rate. I'm sure people out there over the years will be able to identify some of Jamie's words. And I can totally imagine in, like, let's say a year, people are sitting out in the park, people are sitting inside restaurants and going to baseball games, and they're sitting there and they're reciting that poem, or at least lines from the poem, to the person next to them. And I'm pretty sure that in Jamie's world, that in and of itself is going to make every moment of this journey worth it for her. Just the thought of what the world could be if we just only could find our worth and our value, and to transform that into something so beautiful and so touching. I'm trying not to cry because it's a beautiful world. If you just stop and think about it for just a moment, if everybody knew their worth, their true worth, not the worth that was given to them, not the worth that was taught to them, but the worth that they truly are. Trying not to cry because if you could just see your true worth of what others see within you, how this would transform the world and make the world a better place is worth tears. It's worth crying. It's worth rejoicing and partying and dancing. Lots of dancing. Yeah, dancing. I'm going ballistic. Okay, blooper, but we're gonna keep it in. And dancing and partying and all kinds of beautiful things that would change this world if we just only could tap into that for even the briefest of moments. It would be magical. It would genuinely be magical. I have a button here. Press it. I have a video here that kind of goes with this. Might want to check it out. Press it. Thank you for your most valued currency, your time. Bye.